Hello, my loves. Thank you so much for joining me. I know. Please don't attack me, but I'm back, okay? And that's all that matters. So I'm really feeling called to do this reading. I had no plans. I just set up the camera and we're gonna get into this, okay? I'm just gonna pull for the present, the future. I want to see what comes up, why I had to pull cards. I also Oh, I didn't pull it out. Interesting. There was like a tarot deck that I wanted to use, that my friend gave me, and okay, maybe I'll pull it out later, but let's see. Gemini. What has been going on for Gemini? What's been going on for us? What's been going on for Gemini, please? Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords. The Magician. Five of Cups, the Chariot. Do I want to take these together? I'll put them to the side. I want one more card for Gemini. Okay, and the Tower. Oh, okay. Interesting, Gemini. So what's been going on here with the Tower? Like, it seems things haven't been going your way, or just a lot's been going on for you. It feels like your energy could be in a lot of places at once right now. And guys, please feel free to put my the playback speed at like 2 times, because that's what I do for readings, because sometimes it takes me a while to really process what I'm feeling. But with the Eight of Swords, there's just like this feeling of you feeling kind of isolated, or in deep thought, like overthinking something, afraid of being perceived. Like, it really feels like there's people around you that just have your mind racing about, what's next or how you're doing things. I feel like you have a lot of great ideas, and you have a lot of resources you've created, or you just have the knowledge, you've gained the skill set somehow, whether through work, or you just have a lot of like skills and potential at your hands, if that makes sense. And you have the power to create really amazing things. And I feel like you're wanting to take those steps, and you're curious about this, you're learning more about this, you've been taking steps to get started on this. You've been exploring it. Like, I don't know what this could be. It could be different for all of you, but I'm just seeing like you having something that you're wanting to explore, and you have like resources at your disposal to get things started in this and like do it. But it's like you're being held back by opinions of others, or just like you're racing thoughts, overthinking the situation. And that's kind of like me. Like, I've been kind of avoiding doing a reading because it's like I can't find the perfect time to do it. And like I just want, I want things to be set up perfect. If I feel like, oh, I don't want background noise, blah blah blah. So it's just like your mind wanting to be a perfectionist and wanting things to, go your way. And I feel like maybe you hold yourself back, or opinions of others like make you hold yourself back. But I think it's like you're breaking out of that. It does feel like you're breaking out of that, okay? Or things need to change for you to break out of that. So whatever needs to happen for you to gain your confidence and be able to go after whatever you're wanting to go after fearlessly without feeling like this setback or just like isolated or singled out by people around you. There's just going to be some sort of change here that's going to happen. And I feel like with this Five of Cups and the Chariot coming out, I think there's like this aspect of you that's feeling sad that things can't go back to the way they were, or like things are changing, and it's just like a lot of nostalgia is what I'm getting with this Five of Cups and the Chariot. Like maybe wishing you did things differently, or like if I did this differently I would be in a different position in life, or also limiting yourself. I feel like you could be limiting like what could be, because you could have some like limiting thoughts of like, oh well, maybe I have to be single because like I haven't found anyone yet. So like you might be preparing to be single, and it's kind of like putting that out there, and instead of like looking at things through a positive framework and being hopeful, there's more of like this pessimistic and like jaded outlook with the Five of Cups and the Chariot, and not wanting to be vulnerable, closing off, and seeing things as kind of like, okay, well, black or white here. And it doesn't have to be that way. I think you're on your way towards a positive mind shift, and this is why it's being brought up, because there's going to be some sort of change here that brings this positive outlook. Okay, I'm going to set them down, and I want to get into that positive, what's coming into the future. Okay, I'm just going to leave. Oh my god, has it been out of focus? Oh my goodness, I'm just rambling here. So I'm going to pull 5 cards for the future because 5 cards came out. So what is coming in for Gemini? What is coming in for Gemini? Oh my goodness. Okay, the Ace of Cups. What is this? Okay, the Seven of Swords. Let's see, what is coming in for Gemini? What is coming in for Gemini? The Six of Wands. Ooh, okay. And, okay, the Three of Cups. And Judgment. The Five of Swords underneath the deck. Okay. I'm just going to straighten this out a little bit while I gather my thoughts. So, okay. There's just a lot of things that are coming through. But first of all, starting with the Ace of Cups. So, I mean, we have to talk about how some of you might be feeling kind of isolated or singled out by the people around you, and that could make you feel unsupported right now. And this is kind of showing up. The Ace of Cups is showing up as some support system is coming through, support is coming through, an emotional release is coming through. So some of you might have like some sort of crash out coming soon, or and it doesn't have to be like with a person. It could just be a crash out on your own, or just like some sort of emotional release, or rain could happen, and then I don't know. Okay, I'm just speaking. But the Ace of Cups, it's like there's an emotional support companion coming through with the Ace of Cups too. I don't know who this is. I'll get more into that, but I'm just seeing like emotional support is coming through. This could be even your spirit guide or just people that you meet day to day. But if you feel unsupported, you will find support around you. Okay? And you know, I feel like you're coming into this period where you're just going to feel like, I want to say, a loving hand among your peers with the people that you surround yourself with day to day. And if it's not with family, because some of you might be singled out by your family, I feel like this could be coming in unexpected ways. Okay, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because I mean, I'll look into a person card if that comes through, but I'm just gonna move along here. So support is coming through. Okay, first of all, with the Seven of Swords, I think some of you, you know, self-sabotage yourself in some ways, and there's some, like, you have to be real with yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and see what steps actually need to be done to get to where you're going. And once this happens, I do feel like things are going to start moving forward. Also, looking at ways to gain your confidence, specifically like your appearance confidence. Okay, like stop needing to feel validated by people, by others. Okay, just like asking people how you look, or asking, you know, needing that reassurance. Like, really just feel confident in whatever you wear and whatever you do, and don't look back, because I feel like there's this aspect where you like question things and you have a hard time trusting yourself, and that's a really big thing that it has to happen, where you have to learn how to trust your intuition and trust that, you know, you have the power. Stop giving your power away to other people. So with the Six of Wands, I see things moving forward. I see you gaining your confidence, and you have to be real with yourself. Like, you can't skip this Seven of Swords step where it's like, oh, I watch a couple of like YouTube videos on how to like win people over, and you feel like you're confident. Like, no, actually put that into practice, and like, you know, put your skills into practice, because I do feel like you know what it takes to be confident. You know how to be confident, but I feel like some of you are holding yourself back and letting other people, you know, dim your light and make yourself, you've been questioning yourself. Okay, so moving forward in this like confidence, releasing self-doubt, gaining self-confidence, moving forward, and this is going to take you into steps or just like areas in your life where you're going to be celebrating. Okay, like you gain confidence, so you start going out, you start meeting people, or you gain confidence, you start investing time into a hobby, you start going to meetup groups, you start going to like I don't know, like, you know, those apps where you pay for like a dinner spot and like strangers go to meet up. It's one of the new apps. I don't know what it's called, but like, this is you taking actions, I want to say, because when you start gaining this confidence in yourself, you're going to make moves that put you in the right environments, okay, where you can network with other people, where you meet people that, you know, align with your journey, people that you would have never expected to meet. And you know that saying of like, you're always 3 people away from like an important person. I feel in like this Three of Cups, it's really like showing up like you're going to be in areas meeting people, or just like in the right time, right place, right time to interact with people that can open up opportunities for you. But this is going to take you to be self-aware of like what needs to be worked on, what you need to improve. Be real with yourself and accept that self-criticism and put it into action. Like, don't just dwell in like, oh, like what, for me example, like I want to lose, like get toned, right? Like, so manifesting that instead of like putting steps into action, like lifting 3 times 5 times a week, instead of just dwelling into the fact of, oh, I want a toned body. Right? Like actually putting work into what you say and not just complaining and whining, and actually putting yourself out there and accepting other people, okay? And this goes into the judgment, okay? So I feel like some of you are very hard on yourselves, and like I said, that perfectionism comes from this like very self-critical part of you. And when you're hard on yourself, you can be hard on others, and that's not necessarily the case all the time, but there is this like feeling of kind of being picky, or having kind of like sometimes thinking like you know where things are going to go because you know how people work. Okay, so for example, you watch videos of like guys showing like pickup techniques, and let's say a guy comes up to you and they use one of these pickup techniques that you learned or being taught to guys. So you're like, oh, they're using this pickup technique, it's going to go this way. So you start making assumptions based on your knowledge, where you don't even give it a try anymore. You don't give it a chance. You don't even let it get off the ground. So there's this aspect of needing to be open-minded and kind of letting go of those assumptions before completely avoiding people, and like isolating yourself, or making yourself like kind of have a god complex where you feel like you're above others, or you already know how it's going to go, so I don't even want to like waste my time, or not giving new people the chance. There's just this need for you to be open to other people, and this doesn't even just have to be dating. It could just be like when you're people around you, like your neighbors or people at the grocery store. I don't know, wherever you see people, maybe at your ceramics class. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Okay, I'm just reading the cards here. I'm just gonna pull one card from, actually we'll see, I don't want to say one card, but this Cozy Witch Tarot deck. So let's see, what does Gemini need to know? Just one advice card for Gemini, please. Okay, this is so okay. So we have shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. That is the King of Wands. Oh my gosh. Okay, and the toxic witches. So be cautious of those who take more than they give. So Gemini, it really feels like some of you and this is what I said about that Eight of Swords. Some of you have some people around you that, you know, have very strong opinions against things that maybe you do, or your lifestyle, or the way that you go about things in general, and they just have a lot to say. And this could even be like family, you know, like an older sister, a mom, where they could just be kind of, this isn't even like very judgmental, but it's just like talk that, you know, makes you feel you might feel judged by this. Honestly, you might feel judged by what they have to say, or just like they have certain expectations for you that, you know, maybe you don't really agree with. So it's like having those opinions around you hold you back, and in reality you just have to continue, you know, following your inner guide and trusting the universe, that trusting the process. You know, the universe has a process for you, and you just have to trust the universe that the process is going to take you somewhere. And honestly, with this, so for others to follow, it just seems like, you know, when a family is really stuck in their ways, or they're just comfortable, so they're judgmental, but it doesn't come from a bad place. They just don't know any better. So it's like the more that you're able to break out of this and, you know, follow your rules, yourself, it's like you give them the space to follow. It's like you walk so they can run type of deal. And, you know, I think you just have to stay strong in the fact that you're being guided and you're being supported by the universe. And there's this with that Ace of Cups, like I said, like you're gonna feel guided by people around you, and you're going to come across like new people that you meet that will open new doors and take your hand and guide you. And it might not necessarily be, oh, you meet someone and they give you a job, right? But you're going to be in the right places to meet the right people, to open up the doors that are going to lead you to whatever you want to do. And you just have to be real with yourself and decide what you want to do and what you actually want, without, you know, taking in mind other people, because your uniqueness, your ideas, who you are is going to take you to where you belong. Because at the end of the day, you're going out on your own, right? You came in on your own, you're going to leave on your own, and you're on your own path, you're on your own journey. So you shouldn't let other people deter you or make you feel like you're not worthy, or impose their own limiting beliefs onto you, because I feel like you can think outside the box and you're being guided towards something greater than what I know, what you know, what the people around you know, and you just have to trust that. Okay, so Gemini, let's creep on the person on your mind. Or no, let's just like look into your love life, because that was like very preachy. I don't know, that needed to be said. And okay, career, there needs to, some of you are feeling judged with your career. Okay, or there's like a pause with your career, but things are going to pick up. And, you know, don't get into your mind, don't think about what others have to say, because their opinions are going to be all over the place, and you can't please everyone. So you just have to keep that in mind. So go ahead, think of a person, Gemini, and we're just going to go through and see how this, who's actually, let's just see who's coming into Gemini's field. So if you're not thinking about a person, we're going to see, and if you are, we're going to see. So the Wheel of Fortune: Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. What is this? Okay, I'm not going to take these. Sagittarius, Pisces energy, Jupiter. Strong Jupiter energy with this person. Pisces especially. Okay. Okay, so Gemini, you have a lot of options here. what I am seeing though is that there's like a person here who can't stop. I mean, this is so cliche, you know, like they can't stop thinking about you. But it's very like obsessive. I don't even think that you pay this person any attention, and they're just like, they're they're in your energy. Okay, I don't even think you pay attention. You don't even consider this person an option. You don't consider this person an option. You know, I have to get into this, so I'm gonna make this a different video. I'm gonna upload this first one and just I'm gonna, yeah, because this is gonna be longer than, I'm just gonna get into it, guys. I love you all so much, so I will see you in the next one. If this resonates, if you want to go into the love life, we'll check out the, I'm gonna upload them at the same time. I can't even get my words out with this. But okay, I love you all. I'll see you in the next video, if that's where I will see you. If not, I hope you have an amazing week. Okay, love you all.